We have 24 industries at SAP, and media is one of those industries, so we go to market by industry. And it became apparent as the media industry is under sort of radical transformation here with the emergence of devices and any content, any place, any time, and any device, that we were in a position where we needed to innovate quickly to keep our publishing customers specifically, who are now becoming multi-channel customers, in the game, as it were. So we did a look at an internal development, and we looked at partners. The internal development was going to take a little longer than we wanted to catch up. So we looked at a number of partners, and Mediaspectrum, Scott Kilo came out on top in terms of the platform that he's been building for the last 10 years. So we have a pretty exhaustive process in terms of onboarding partners, because we want to protect the brand. So Scott and his team do an exhaustive nine-month process to become endorsed, as it were. But for us, I think there's really three things that's important. It was time to market. It was the ability to deliver this on-premise or on cloud, in the cloud, which Scott has the ability to do both. And I think what was more important was the ability to allow a publisher the option of content to web, mobile, or in traditional print. And Scott was able to do that. So you'll see kind of an evolutionary roadmap. This is sort of 1.0. 2.0 will include Content Watch, which is the aspect of Scott's solution at Mediaspectrum that delivers content to the iPad and the iDevice. And what was interesting to us, I think, as we look at SAP's priorities, our major priorities as a company are across 5 market categories, one of which is telco, is cloud. It's traditional, what I call your father's SAP, which is applications. It's in-memory technology, which is significant for us, and then it's database and technology. And I think what Scott offered, as this thing evolves, is a combination of what I would call the yin and yang of media, which is an advertising solution with a content solution. And the sort of the development plans, and of course these are always forward-facing plans, subject to change. We don't have a disclaimer in a video form. But what Scott offered, I think, was a solution that the market needs right now that integrates particularly nicely with our big data story, because I think as these we've all seen the Google Analytics play as publishers and how that hurt newspapers. We've seen the emergence of set-top box. But I think with these new devices, the Android devices, the iPads, the tablets, you basically have now created a level playing field to some extent, because they've become their own set-top box or their own analytics platforms. So Scott's solution, which is very attractive to us, has the ability to monitor what people are reading on the device and create some dashboards which aligns nicely with our priorities around analytics in real time, which aligns with our priorities around HANA and the memory technology, and gave us the ability to put in the hand of publishers for the first time kind of a real-time picture of what content is resonating, what ads are resonating, and maybe enable publishers when they're ready to make those sort of decisions about pricing of the content and increasing the value of the rate card. I think what was also important to us was, certainly in the US, was the ability to offer the content in the traditional newspaper form so that we didn't cannibalize subscription or the ABC numbers, but also to allow us to present it in an app that then has all this functionality and features around monitoring and looking at the content. I think if you look at our strategy, I mean, there's the five core markets and the maybe 5 core industries that will become more organic. I think for the more smaller industries and those industries undergoing radical change, I think partnering is a better way to go. But we have to make sure the value proposition of 1 plus 2 is more than the sum of 1 plus 1, if you like. I probably messed that up a little. But for us, we won't. The partnership thing is quite an exhaustive process for us, so we're very strategic, if you like, in terms of the partnerships we take on, because they need to support our key strategy in the marketplace. But I certainly think I'm in discussions with a number of different partners in different parts of the value chain. I definitely think you'll see more of this out of SAP as HANA becomes a platform of choice for the enterprise level.